Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie! Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. We don't like people tell life for me.
Prime Minister and Party Leader Andrew Holness.
Is what happened to bold money. Now, the other transaction which concerned me was the one where the account was opened at NCB. Mm-hmm. It was opened with no money in it. And I didn't know you could open an account with no money in it.
Is the man of integrity.
A couple of days later, there was a deposit of a little over 143,000 US dollars, which came from SSL.
In full support
of the best Prime Minister.
And in the context of the discussions which we have been having about SSL, I believe that the Prime Minister needs to address this and explain how and why that money came into his account from SSL.
And I am very lucky
to have an outstanding Prime Minister.
It was deeply concerning to me, and I'm sure that it must be deeply concerning to all the people who not only lost money, but know people who lost money. And you know the number one concern is what happened to bold money.
A leader that we can be so proud of.
The transformation. I just gave away 87 black tanks.
Is the best we have had.
Well, family, I want you guys share my work tonight. Good night, everyone who come here. This is some serious video tonight. Get your popcorn. I'm gonna do a lot of reading. Everything is out there to the public. Some people don't know where to look for it. Some people don't read. Some young people don't know what time is it. Yeah, so I'm not on my platform to spread rumors or tell lies or mislead the audience. I'm not into that. Might as well me not do no video. Me read too much. You understand me? And me have too much in my head to come talk. That is reality. So everything me gonna talk tonight, me gonna show you the article I'm reading it from. So you guys can also go and do your own research. Don't just take it from me. I'm gonna be reading from articles, right? In the paper. Now, we have Isat here. Isat Buchanan. I've never spoken to Isat Buchanan. Me and a PNP, I'm in a labor right. Number one, put that out there. I'm not a PNP. I'm not a labor right. If tomorrow morning we get up and Mark Golden, if you brush Mark Golden, me see anything wrong, I'm gonna like, me I brush him same way from a country. Yeah? That's something to do it. Andrew wants to get more brushing from my platform because I'm the leader, him can't make change. That's why I get more brushing from my platform. I don't lie, I don't say people, but I'm a Jamaican guy. Allegiance is to the country, not man or party. No, we get that out of the way. Now we see Isat line up to run a Jamaica. Right? He might run a seat of a Portland there. Like him I go against Anne-Marie Vaz. It's like an upset I go on there, so. But the first thing we see the Labour at them come out with is attack on this brother character. May I go back when we started? Remember, me never talk to Isat one-on-one. But me and the on program before. I think a couple times. But we heal up each other. You know, so we have discussions. So, you know, I and I have no hell and heaven to put no man in. I mean, I have not against the brother. What me acknowledge the brother. I mean, admire him. Why me admire him? He came from the pit of hell and make himself a better man. If you guys did not know. So let's go to the article in the newspaper. When I slam him. I'm not gonna read this, you know. When you can't read on yourself, it's come out what? Fresh news, right? Go read that. I'm not act up my eyesight tonight to read that. But as you can see, JLP slams PNP selection of Isat Buchanan to run in East Portland despite criminal past. Backside, man, not criminal. We're gonna see who are more criminal than who tonight, you know. But just show you how, you know, both parties use people. We have certain background. You understand me? And Isaac make a mistake as a young man, and he come back. Are people like this you want to see and highlight and say, yeah, not because of you, they are prison. You know, dead. They can't call it duppy. You can't rise and shine again. It's up to you to dig yourself out. So I'm going to read about this brother tonight. So we're going to start from ISAT. All right. See the news there? Defying all odds. Glean over there again. Defying all odds. This is December 12, 2017 in the Gleaner. See it there? All right, headline. There were hugs and kisses all around as Isat Buchanan posed for pictures with a small group of family and friends on Tuesday on the step of the Supreme Court. But he subdued celebration, belied the improbable odds Buchanan defied to become a full-fledged attorney authorized to practice in the courts across Jamaica and the Caribbean. 21 years ago, Buchanan was preparing to travel overseas when he said a neighbor asked him to deliver some cash to someone in the United States. I was stopped at the Norman Manley International Airport. They confiscated the packages and later said that it was drugs, he recounted yesterday of his arrest in 1996. 1996. Buchanan said that he appeared before then resident magistrate Martin Gill, who offered him bail and indicated that he would recuse himself from the case because of the unfortunate circumstances. He was eventually convicted and paid a fine of approximately $1 million. But that was just the beginning of his legal dilemma. In 1999, Buchanan said he was on a flight to Florida in the United States when a quantity of drugs was found in his possession of another passenger. Was found in the possession of another passenger. He said that the passenger directed authorities to him, saying that he was the person responsible. When they told that to the feds, American federal authorities, they actually arrested me and they found me guilty by myself, he acknowledged. Buchanan was given a 10-year prison sentence, as according to him, authorities in the U.S. Formed the view that the incident was a continuing act from his drug case in Jamaica and that he had got off easy. The judge in America felt that the $1 million fine imposed in Jamaica was a slap on the wrist, so they actually doubled my sentence, Buchanan told the Gleaner. But rather than getting down on himself, Buchanan used his ordeal as a motivation to expand his knowledge of the law, while simultaneously helping Jamaican and other inmates he encountered in the American penal system. I was teaching in the institution as well as doing legal work, and I was actually successful in getting people's sentences reduced and getting them sent home, he shared. His decision to immerse himself in legal work while serving his sentence, Buchanan explained, was born out of belief that the American justice system was really flawed. It was the first time that I realized that I was just a statistics in America So to find solace and console myself, I had to read and research just to understand things. He said, guys, get on the popcorn, go light on a joint, get some coffee. Whoa, what are reading tonight, people? Wait, may I go there tonight? One final hurdle. Buchanan said following his deportation, he took up a music career while volunteering to help persons residing in inner city communities, but quickly found the need for his newly acquired legal skills. I managed an apartment and I had the worst tenants ever. You had to use the law to ensure that you don't break the law, he said. 5 years ago, he enrolled at the Mona campus of the University of West Indies, UWI. And on Tuesday, Buchanan was formally called to the bar in a short ceremony presided over by Martin Gale, now a judge of the Supreme Court. But before yesterday's ceremony, there was one final obstacle he had to hurdle. Word of his convictions leaked to his peers at UWI, and soon a petition was being circulated to block him from entering the legal profession. According to Buchanan, the concerns reached the General Legal Counsel, the GLC, the watchdog entity for legal profession. The concern was that they were going to let someone into the fraternity who had a prior conviction, he explained. However, he said that Alan Wood, chairman of the GLC, noted that his rehabilitation had been exceptional. Buchanan is unsure of his next move, but made it clear that he wants to help others understand their rights. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about helping people understanding their rights, he said. So I hope that makes little sense on Isat. So we wrap up Isat case. We put that one side. Not now hide nowadays information out there. We have social media and we can find it if you know where you're looking at. All right. So guys, before we go back to the before we go any further, let's take a quick break. I'll be right back.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
All right, guys, thank you for waiting. Let's move the slide. Vaz gets back his U.S. visitor's visa with rare waiver. All right. Members of the labor right, them talk about criminal and all this nonsense. You understand me? You get this and that. We don't know what this brother here. That brother questionable, but anyway, a visa take away. That's all we know. Get your popcorn, guys. Can't I get more serious? It's gonna get more serious tonight. The United States Embassy in Kingston has reinstated the visitor visa for Energy, Science and Technology Minister Daryl Vaz 2 years after it was revoked for reasons unknown. You see that? So before we go down into that, I'm gonna read because you see it there already. The first paragraph says it all. We're not gonna get nothing out of it. Me just gonna read and mess up my eyesight when me have other things to read. This is from September 24th, 2021. It's at the Gleaner. Can go check it out, people. All right. So basically, if for a reason unknown, in visa was revoked, and him get it back. You understand me? And it's September 24th, 2021. Right? That's what I said. All right. So let's see what else we got here. What if we have a picture of this brother here? During that time, I think at the same day. Don't forget this brother right here. So Paul will get back his visa. The United States has reissued a visitor visa to opposition lawmaker Philip Powell just over 2 years after it was revoked. The American embassy has seen it fit to return my 10-year multiple visa unrestricted, and I want to express appreciation to them for the level of the professionalism in relation to the processing, Paul told the Gleaner. So let's get back to Vaz. We don't know why I go on with them, people. Them in the office and they get them, they can't keep their visa like a mayor. We come at them people at place and we behave ourselves and we can't keep a visa. We don't know what people, but we just put this out there. All right. So the United States Embassy in Kingston has reinstated the visitor visa of Energy, Science and Technology Minister Darrell Vaz 2 years after it was revoked for unknown reasons. Backside. Vaz was today issued with a 1-year multiple entry B1, B2 visa with a rare waiver. You see the difference? Some of us read about this brother right here, him say him get back him 10 years, don't it? I read now, people. Now, like, you can't go read it when I tell you where it come from. I not build up nothing. So, Vaz and get a rare visa B1, B2 with a rare waiver. So, me not go no further than that. As you can see, film visa sound like, you know, like when you come a foreign come work. A work visa. So, you understand me? Not true, people. Not that type of visa I get. All right. You know, something that the next one I have to read is very long. Ah, boy. So, tonight, we're going to go. Jamaica murder yarn as political ties with Scotland Yard. I'm going straight to St. Thomas to Mr. James Robertson. Right? We talk about these people, we have them local struggles or whatever them have going on, but the Laborites still kept them on. Right? And Isat Buchanan, local jogs, right? Him spending time and him line up himself, don't it? And he come out and tap, being a liar. All right? Years down the road, the man is serving at the bar, going all of the man go all of the privy council. We see that, right? Just be honest. So we're going to be honest right across the board. We tell you about this brother, last in visa, that one here. Last in visa, him saying get back in 10 years. This one a B1, B2 with a waiver. We don't know what go on there. We talk about ISAT, defined odds conviction, pushes man to pursue law degree, now among newest lawyers at the Jamaica Bar. So now we are going to James Robertson. Fasten your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelt. Yeah? Go and go pee-pee if you have a pee-pee and come back. I'm going to take a break. Go and go pee-pee if you have a pee-pee and come back. I'm going to take a short break, guys. I'll be right back.
Back supposed to come and dance. No, back supposed to come. Back supposed to come out of car and go straight in a police. You must see. Where they are? Come on, man. When I'm cool. At the 8th election, I run. I never see this yet. Oh, joking thing on the pan. See if you are back in there, any feeling when you watch them, put your back to there, put the president officer, carry them out. I want to know about
Junior.
Why not?
Come here, sir.
Diane, where you there?
I go from back to that, sir.
Them police, yeah. The presiding officer got me never see boxer ground, boxer going in a EOJ. Me downstairs. Me no want nobody touch me. Me want to box them. Go in the office. Me not supposed to box them. That's wrong.
Yeah, get that.
Me not in this.
Yeah, let's try to get to go on. Go, but if it's
box them. Come on, box them. Take box them from me. No bad men here box them. No answer. And the tell council don't send me down without the.
Thank you, guys. Now we're going to read. How you guys doing in the comment section? Everything good? Now hear me good? Why go and win? Global. Yeah, man. So we in say foreign national traveling to United States for tourism need a visitor visa B2 or combined B1, B2 unless qualifying for entry under the visa waiver program. Thank you, Wayne. All right, guys, we are getting down into this. A lot of reading on this article. It's very long. This one right here is taken from the Miami Herald. When you can't go read them to people, see topic them there, just write them down and Every topic me talk about tonight, write it down and go punch it in a Google or somewhere, some search engine. You'll find them pop up. Them those out there, but we have to know where I look for.
Jamaica murder yarn has political ties, with a Scotland Yard twist. In February, James Robertson won re-election to the Parliament of Jamaica.
Hold on.
The latest in an unbroken string.
Hold on, me recording here from Miami Herald, so I have to read this and strain me eye. Hold on, people, I want to make sure they can hear and I want to play. You say if I can hear, tell me so I hear.
Saying he was concerned.
Tell me if I can hear, people.
Thanks for listening. Here is something else you might like.
People.
1-500 Argamal Grav, Medan Marknings Varda Tilbahor, Hittides Itisgland.
Hold on, people. Let me get back because I want to listen tonight. Well, it better me read. Jamaica murder yarn as political ties with Scotland Yard twist. Una hear good? Okay, una hear loud and clear. They can't see me eyeball, then they not do it, man. And that may depend on. So let me go out and go back. Want to say, guys, we're all right tonight? Yeah, man. So you see, you can't in a glass house and a fling rock stone. You see, me see something happen the other day. What Mr. Simit, Dr. Simit. Dr. Simit come out and beat Mark Golding for his immigration background. Not thinking about repercussions. Because them in a glass house and them in a fling stone. Then little Matthew, poor little Matthew and all Babsy Grange and all of them name come out, say who have England this and Canada that, and little Matthew have to get rid of the England thing. I mean, I don't see the reason why Matthew should have get rid of him. I the same in the things that Mark Golden should have get rid of him. As long as you come from Commonwealth country, but that is just a propaganda and you want to start with. Blaze up fire upon little Matthew. You don't want to tell me say little Matthew appreciate losing his documents from England? No. A young man, he don't want to lose that. Nobody want to lose that, but Andrew want to start that. And it backfire. So basically right there, when the inner glass house, don't throw stone. Make you listen to this.
Jamaica murder yarn has political ties, with a Scotland Yard twist. In February, James Robertson won re-election to the Parliament of Jamaica. It was the latest in an unbroken string of victories for the 50-year-old politician since winning his first campaign in 2002. During that time, Robertson, a member of the conservative Jamaica Labour Party, has survived a political career that would have derailed many. He was re-elected in 2012, when a backlash against the JLP's association with a drug trafficker forced the Prime Minister to resign, and the rival People's National Party, PNP, nearly swept the elections. When he tried to push out his party's leader in 2013 and lost, he kept his deputy leader position in the party anyway. But those episodes were child's play compared to what he faced in 2010. That year the U.S. State Department revoked Robertson's visa for reasons never made public. Then he was accused of murder. The accusations against him dominated headlines in Jamaica. But Robertson was never charged and has denied the accusations, attributing them to political enemies. He's never been charged, let alone convicted. His accuser, a small businessman, has left the country. Officials made no comments. The news media eventually dropped the story. The matter seemed to simply disappear. Until now.
Sponsor message, then we're back. When it comes
Back supposed to come and dance. No, back to God wrong. Back supposed to come out of car and go straight in a police. You must see. Where they are there? Come on, man. We're a fool. At the 8th election, I run. I never see this yet. Oh, joking thing on the pan. See if you are back in there. Any feeling where you want to put your back to there, put the free
Leslie Leigh Green, a former assistant commissioner of police for the Jamaican Constabulary Force who has since retired, revealed to the Miami Herald that he investigated accusations that Robertson tried to arrange at least 2 murders, and found enough evidence that he recommended that prosecutors charge the politician. Investigations have been conducted alleging serious offenses against Robertson and others, said Green, who is English and a former Scotland Yard detective. In 2006, the Jamaican government hired him on contract to help professionalize the force. The Department of Public Prosecutions made a ruling there was sufficient evidence to charge Robertson. But after carefully assembling his case, Green said, Jamaica's Ministry of National Security refused to offer to protect one of the key witnesses. The witness fled, and the case fell apart. The guilt or innocence of Robertson aside, the episode highlights a problem holding the powerful accountable in a region dogged by violence. The UN's Caribbean Human Development Report noted in 2012 that Latin America and the Caribbean made up 8.5% of the world's population, but tallied 27% of its homicides. Jamaica has the highest homicide rate in the Caribbean. Day at the dealership. On a sunny afternoon in 2008, Ian Johnson was finalizing the purchase of a silver Mitsubishi Pajero at Motor Sales of Jamaica when he saw James Robertson enter the dealership. Johnson owned 2 convenience stores and a construction company in St. Thomas, the parish Robertson represented in Parliament. He was active in the JLP and had raised money for Robertson's previous campaigns. Robertson beckoned me aside, Johnson said in a sworn statement filed by his Fort Lauderdale lawyer and attached to an application for asylum in the United States. We walked a few feet away from the sales rep that I was talking to, Johnson said in the sworn statement. Robertson told him he was having problems with a businessman in St. Thomas. The rival businessman's name was Cecil Riley, known locally as Petrol. Specifically, he asked me to arrange to kill Petrol Cecil Riley, Johnson said in his statement. Johnson said he was shocked and left without giving an answer. Robertson did not respond to repeated requests for comment by email and telephone. His lawyer at the time, Patrick Bailey, said, he's not going to talk about that. To the Jamaican news media, however, and in a court document, Robertson acknowledged Johnson's allegations but vehemently denied them. He ultimately would file a libel suit against Johnson's lawyer. A few weeks after the encounter, 2 gunmen shot Riley dead outside a nightclub he owned in St. Thomas. Even by Jamaican standards, Robertson's alleged request stood out. Robertson was not just a member of parliament, he was the country's Minister of Energy and Mining. He was in his 40s and the deputy leader and a rising star of the JLP. In addition, he would seem to make an unlikely criminal. He is from a prominent Kingston family. They own a shipping company and cold storage facilities. Robertson himself had gone to high school in England and then graduated from Southern Methodist University in Texas in 1988. He was a polo-playing socialite. By the mid-2000s, however, the young politician's rise had caught the attention of Jamaican and U.S. officials for the wrong reasons. A 2005 diplomatic cable sent by the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica and obtained by WikiLeaks stated that like many Jamaican politicians of whatever party affiliation, Robertson is known to associate with criminal elements. A 2007 cable obtained by WikiLeaks stated that sources told the Drug Enforcement Administration that Robertson was involved with money laundering and organized crime, and that Robertson's father had once been forced to hand over acres of land to settle his son's drug debts. The U.S. Embassy declined to comment for this article. Immediately after Riley's execution on May 26, 2008, Robertson expressed shock. He praised Riley as a role model for young people. Morning, noon and night, you could always look to him, Robertson was quoted in Jamaica's RJR News. No one has been arrested for that homicide. Suddenly a target. Shortly after Riley's death, Johnson said he became a marked man. According to a police summary of incidents, gunmen shot at him as he drove home from work one night, but missed. They shot at him inside one of his convenience stores, missing him but wounding an employee. Johnson said local police told him they could not protect him. Then, on June 6, 2008, 3 men entered one of Johnson's stores and shot and killed his mother, Hyacinth, while she worked. Johnson took his wife and young daughter and went into hiding. He continued to speak to police, but says he came away with the message each time that there was little they could do to protect him. After about a year, Johnson moved back to his gated house. On the night of July 17, 2009, a gunman stepped out of a car and fired at him as he talked to employees in his carport. Bullets hit Johnson in the thigh, arm, and neck, but the wounds were superficial. A nearby police car rushed over and arrested the driver of the getaway car. The gunman fled on foot. A few days after the shooting, according to Johnson, Robertson himself showed up at his front door, saying he was concerned for Johnson's safety. In the carport, Robertson wrote 2 names on a piece of paper, Johnson said in his sworn statement, and told the Herald, Kyone Treasure Campbell, and the name Guns, which was an alias for a man Johnson knew. But then Robertson crossed out Campbell's name and told me this name I should not pay attention to, according to Johnson. But he pointed directly at Gunn's name and said to me if I killed this man for him, all my problems would go away immediately. Johnson said once again he did not respond. Robertson's lawyer stated in court papers in connection with the libel lawsuit that the allegation he asked Johnson to kill Kyone Campbell, and a man with, alias Guns, was not true. The statements made by Mr. Johnson are false. According to police and other sources, Guns is Kamar Williams, a local gangster affiliated with the rival PNP. Leigh Green, the assistant commissioner of police, later tracked Williams down abroad. I met him outside the country. I'm not going to say where, Green said in an interview. The crux of the conversation was that he knew James Robertson wanted to kill him. He knew it was a credible threat. So he fled. Johnson said he worried there would be repercussions for not following Robertson's alleged orders. He believed those repercussions came to fruition on July 29, 2009, when Johnson's most trusted employee, Jermaine Jones, was lured to a friend's home where a waiting gunman shot him. Wow. Jones escaped to a nearby hospital. 2 days later, gunmen tried to kill him there. Again, he survived. Johnson and Jones went into hiding. Johnson reached out to officials at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston for help. He also contacted David Rowe, an expatriate Jamaican lawyer practicing in Fort Lauderdale and teaching at the University of Miami, to assist with a bid for political asylum. On November 9, 2010, Johnson gave a sworn statement in connection with the asylum bid over the telephone to Rowe and a court reporter in Fort Lauderdale. Johnson relayed his entire story, which was turned over to U.S. officials. Johnson also released his statement to the Jamaican news media to bring attention to the matter as a form of protection. If I hadn't released it, I'd be dead, he claimed. Johnson's accusations made headlines days before the JLP's November 2010 annual conference. Robertson marched onto the stage at Kingston's National Arena to defend himself. He called Treasure Campbell, who is described in news media accounts as a student, contractor and JLP activist, to come on stage with him. The two men joined hands. This is the man that they say I want to hurt, Robertson declared, according to newspaper accounts. The papers didn't mention that Johnson had said Campbell's name was crossed out. Robertson never mentioned guns. Campbell told the Gleaner newspaper, I have known Mr. Robertson for more than 10 years and the allegation that he wants me killed is rubbish. A month later, on December 20, 2010, Robertson filed the libel lawsuit in Fort Lauderdale. Robertson withdrew the case a few months later. Rowe declined to comment about the case. Team of investigators. It was only after Johnson's statement went public that Green, the assistant commissioner of police in charge of homicide, heard about the case. He assembled a team of about 6 investigators to corroborate Johnson's statement. Green did not want to publicly disclose evidence because the case is technically still open. According to Jamaican police sources who asked not to be named, the investigation matched ballistics at several of the shootings and traced cell phone records and car rental receipts that linked Treasure Campbell to the shooting outside Johnson's house, and cell phone records with one of the gunmen who allegedly shot Jones in the hospital. When police searched Campbell's home, according to the police sources, they found cell phone records between Campbell and Robertson from around the time of the shooting. There were also records of financial payments from Robertson to Campbell. Green arranged to relocate Jones to another country in exchange for his testimony.
Guys, may I go to a short break? I'll be right back.
Prime Minister and Party Leader Andrew Holness.
Is what happened to borrowed money. Now, the other transaction which concerned me was the one where the account was opened at NCB. It was opened with no money in it. And I didn't know you could open an account with no money in it.
Is the man of integrity.
A couple of days later, there was a deposit of a little over $143,000 US, which came from SSL.
In full support
of the best Prime Minister.
And in the context of the discussions which we have been having about SSL, I believe that the Prime Minister needs to address this and explain how and why that money came into his account from SSL.
And I am very lucky
to have an outstanding Prime Minister.
It was deeply concerning to me, and I'm sure that it must be deeply concerning to all the people who not only lost money, but know people who lost money. And you know the number one concern is what happened to borrowed money.
A leader that we can be so proud of.
The transformation. I just gave away 87 black cats.
Is the best we have had.
All right, guys, let's continue. This article, you can go find it in the Miami Herald. Jamaica murder yarn has political ties with Scotland Yard twist. Let's continue.
Johnson left for the United States, but agreed to return and testify. On April 1, 2011, Green sent the investigative file to the Office of Public Prosecutions outlining the case. Then he waited. Robertson, meanwhile, was facing other problems. A government investigation into a contract to supply natural gas to the island found numerous irregularities. The contract was cancelled and Robertson, under pressure, stepped down as Minister of Energy. He remained in Parliament. Days later, Robertson confirmed to reporters that both his and his wife's U.S. visas had been revoked. The U.S. State Department declined to comment. On June 4, 2011, Paula Llewellyn, Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions, responded to the evidence that Green submitted. She sent a memo to Green stating that there was prima facie evidence to base the charge of soliciting murder against Robertson. The memo has never been made public, but was obtained from law enforcement sources close to the investigation, with parts redacted. In a caveat, the memo noted that the case was based on persons who appear to have very significant credibility issues, referring to Johnson and Jones. The issues: Johnson alleges that Robertson is connected in some way to the murder of his mother and believes that Robertson has given orders to have him, Johnson, killed. Meanwhile, Jones appears to be a gunman or very closely linked with them, the memo stated. The memo also offered the recommendation that given the status of former Minister James Robertson and the nature of these allegations, one should anticipate significant challenges in bringing this matter to trial. She was right. In late July 2011, a member of Jamaica's witness security team visited Jones in a foreign country, where he was under police guard. Jones, who had been seeking relocation, was told by witness protection the offer had not been approved by the Ministry of National Security, Green recounted. The next day he was told he was required to appear in court to give evidence. The combination of events scared Jones. He basically walked off the system and left, said Johnson, who was hiding with Jones. Without Jones, prosecutors declined to pursue the case. Through Johnson, Jones declined to comment for this story. In January 2012, Green learned that the Ministry of National Security did not renew his contract with the police department. He returned to Europe. The investigation and its collapse were never reported. Green has never before spoken publicly about the case. Johnson said he would gladly return to testify, if his safety could be guaranteed. The minute one politician is held accountable for their crimes, Jamaica will be a different place, he said. Robertson, meanwhile, still cannot travel to the United States.
Thanks.
So you hear that? You can go check it out in the Miami Herald. So we are talking about. So when they live in a glass house and a Rockstone, sure, stop it, man. Stop it, because where's this brother right now? I'm still at the parties, he's not connected to the party same way with all these things. I mean, like, them are some serious, you know. Yeah, man, some serious something. So when we see them I go out or something, I have to say, no, land, because I do that story already, you know. I know the first we do it on Facebook. So we have these stuff in the back of our head. And to do the story, we know if we can find them and put them together and thread them up and make people see what I go on. Then we also do story on this brother writer, so Paul will. With him losing visa. Right? Same way, we don't know what him do. We don't know what him do, but I know say, I can't something good. Those of us who fly overseas and go back a yard and fly back and forth, we ever get a visa take away yet? If you get a visa take away, I must something I do bad. That brother, get fee visa take away. We don't know what him do. All I know say, I can't, nothing good. Right? Right? So, this brother, so, do him time, commit him crime, do him time, come back out as a young man, still have more life. But the labor right them keep forgetting. Stop it, man. The truth go there, you know. I remember some I hide the PNP, I hide the labor right, you know, because see PNP there. See him there? Come and beat you with 2x4 in that brother. I mean, I think that brother should have in a government to him. I mean, just tell the truth. All them man, I don't believe them when I should in a government. That does something will hurt me a long time with that brother. Especially if I do the video about the visa. But me a plain man. Me not go in a corner. But I think they should make Isat get a breather. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's all about rehabilitation. Was he rehabilitated when he got to prison? It's all about rehabilitation. When somebody go behind bars, they want him to do good. Right? Rehabilitate. Not true. So, me not understand. And true, some people understand. They go up on social media and I pay buzz. But they take a man like me if you go do the investigation and come back to you guys and show you we are out here. We are here. We are out here. And the first time you're going at the news right now, you're going at the news right now. Nobody now pull up them thing, you know, and show the contrast, the difference, right? And the nonsense. You know, these things young people must know. Because a lot of young people don't know what we talk about tonight. I want everybody else to share it if ever one time on WhatsApp. Send it to 3 or 5 people on WhatsApp. So them can learn. And young people don't understand these things, you know. Them don't know. If we don't string them up together and see, me share the article where you guys can go read yourselves. You know, maybe you want send it to somebody. Say, read this girl, read this boy. Look here, so. They're all out here, people, if you know where to look. So when you live in a glass house, you can't throw stone when you live in a glass house, man. No, man. Come on, man. Sure. And if you got somebody out here, people may not come to see it tonight long, you know. And a long video this, you know. No, and a long video. We just come to tell the truth. Because them come up on Isat Buchanan. Remember me say me Isat Buchanan a friend, you know. We never talk to the brother. We never grab a phone and call Isat. No. But I've been on platform with him several times. We yell up each other and stuff like that. And we reason. That's it. But we never we never really call Isat and talk to him. And call us on a PNP. Me not work with none of them. They not give me $1. If them alone, me throat dry. What's a labor right? Because Mr. Simita Star Apple, he don't give me nothing. He don't give me nothing. Now, me I tell you something, Mr. Simit. Yeah, Mr. Finger. Dr. Finger, a Star Apple people, he don't give me nothing. So if I him alone, me dead. So we're not gonna get nothing from none of them because we beat both of them on this platform. And so I saw it have to go for Jamaica. For real. Let me stay up on the sideline with me 2x4. I'm just here to tell you the truth. Me not grow no corner. Go and go do your research, people. Me love you. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Me see enough on over here. Wanna learn something tonight? Wanna hear? Yeah, man. And around the corner me I go. Cause see me try to break it down and tell you say, Mr. Palwell, you get caught up in some things too. you see, the thing, both sides are known to have some people. We have some little thing on the background and serve, you know. But and Dr. Simit, no, when they do wrong, they're just going to have to cool off. He's known for that. And later on, you come see them downstream somewhere. You remember when that brother? You remember when that brother do some wrong about some land, I try to sell some government land, right? Buy cheap, sell it to himself or something like that, or lease it to himself to put some cabin. You remember the time there? And the scandal bust out. What Mr. Finger do with him? Put in him office. Don't it? What about Hutchinson? Remember when some sitting there going out at Hutchinson was on land and girlfriend pick me and how much acre land and take and give them and all type of same thing. What you do with Mr. Hutchinson, JC? Put in him office. So such man is known to put bad actors in him office too. So people be able to self. We're out here and remember the things them. This is not like Ran Mushet and Baba Tunde pan radios. No, we are out here and we will do our research. I will. Thank you guys for supporting this page. Like, share, people. Subscribe, comment. Don't forget my Cash App, my Zelle, my PayPal, them there. Yeah. Me and a lazy vlogger, me always put in the work. Bless upon yourself, people. Thank you guys. A wonderful night. Me have to chill out. You know, me always like get up in an early morning and do a video. So there's no need for me to stay up tonight and batter me gum after me read. Because I did a lot of reading to come do this video. I did a lot of reading just to come to this video right here. It take a lot of work. People, thank you guys. Manners and respect. Jamaican Carlos to the world. We love my country, people. I'm out.
Prime Minister and Party Leader Andrew Holmes
is the man of integrity, love.
The operation, which began after 6 a.m. on Thursday morning, saw unoccupied and unfinished houses being demolished by large machinery.
The state that I
stand in full support
of the best Prime Minister
since 1962.
One inconsolable victim of the demolition said she now has no clue what her next steps will be, as she spent her last $800,000 on the lot she was building on.
Give me TRN and my ID and every time of the receipt give me. There's another receipt give me. Nobody not give me no look one, no give me.
In full support
of the best Prime Minister
since 1962. Southwest St. Elizabeth is in full support.
No, I thought me doesn't pass and so I
normally do the plane. I just have to work for work. I see that work for work. I change and let me go work in the mountain. Come in the happy, come here, see if it belongs and such. I don't know what to do.
How could I not support a leader who is moving Jamaica forward?
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again. What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. COVID money, miss away, eat the yellow correct you. Use the youth, them on the waste, and bust a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, God, and say that it's not you. On the head, the man above him, up him, I got to too much. It in the kitchen, some of my well like a pot too. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you. It burn me 300% free. It burn me garbage pile up the day. It burn me give the teacher them raise. It burn me I see corruption cease. It burn me mash down the people them house. It burn me every day appear arms out. It burn me appear money them a thief. It burn me and them a sell out with each. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
The government, because the economy is growing, the government is now giving young people who are registered in heart approximately $150 each month to help them with the bus fare and help them with the lunch money. So nobody has any excuse not to go to school to learn a skill because you're getting help with the bus fare and help with the lunch money as well. If that is not transformational, I don't know what is. So if that is not transformational, I don't know what is.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie! Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me not like people tell lie for me. I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister. And is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
I needed a little clarity myself, so just to be clear. So let's say, for example, a special report is tabled on the matter that the country is waiting to hear, the illicit six. That would come to the House and go straight to the...
On a point of order, I do not know of what you're speaking, member. It's a... I don't know. No. Please remove that comment. Please remove that comment. That comment is inappropriate, doesn't belong in the House, and is not included in any document submitted in this honorable House. Please remove your comment.
I've heard what you have said, Madam Speaker.
And Hansard, please strike the comment.
There is no tracking of people. There is no curtailing of people saying anything that is negative. That is absolutely not the case.
The person was tracked and their identity discovered.
Anyone can say anything, and it is amplified around the country and around the world. And it is important that as we protect the rights of our people and protect the right to freedom of expression and speech, that at the same time it is grounded in truth.
Some 60-odd shelters across the country.
Go to any of our 780 plus shelters.
We have 900 shelters right across the island.